We're at the home of Al Daniels in Roosevelt. Al, first tell me your name, your mother's name, your father's name, and your birthday and your age at this time.
Father was Ann Daniels. Mother was Rose Daniels. My name's Albert Daniels. Senior now. Birthday's on 9th December, 1885.
How old are you?
83 years old.
83 years old. I hope I can be that spry when I'm that age, don't you? Okay, Al, now we've written an article on your mother, as you know, for our book, and you'll all get a chance to read the book before it is published. They're going to start working on it Friday. I just want some more information on your mother, and I'm just going to hand this to you now, and you tell me what you remember of her life.
Well, we moved from, I was born over in just across Green River at what's the name of that place over?
White.
Yeah. Doug Chu's got the place down across Green River from the, from that place over there where they dig the bones and one thing and another. He's moved over here in about, I guess, 1903. I ain't right sure. 1889, somewhere along in there. Living for a while, then come over on the reservation. Indians wanted my mother on the roll, so they put her on. No, they wanted to put the old man on too, but he said he didn't want to get on. I and her and the kid, 4 of us. Then we lived up on the river there, tending shed for about a year, for near a year, and then moved down to Tabby White's place and had us a house built. Lived down there for about a year and then moved up on the old Daniels place, what they call Daniels place now. It's mother's place. John's got the place now. And she died in, it's the 43. 4th of July, 43.
Know how she made a living for you.
Oh, she made a good living. Worked, had a good garden all the time. Which we helped her when we could. I went away to school in 1903.
Where did you go to school?
Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Carlisle Indian School.
How long did you stay there?
Stayed there for near 3 years. And Walter, he went to high school in 1904, I believe. Ethel come to Carlisle in 1904. And when I come back, I had to come back to take care of the place.
Yeah.
Farmers take too much advantage of her, and she didn't like that. So she wanted me to come back and take care of the place, and I did. Got married in 1908. And about 11 children altogether. One died, one got killed in the war. Had 6 boys in the service. And they all got an honorable discharge too when they got out. You.
Al, do you remember of any old Indian relics? Did you ever find anything from the old Indians that lived there on your property?
Well, I don't know. Well, we found some there, like these old grinding rocks, you know. Air spikes and things like that. Carteret. She put some of them on the old man's grave, and some of the kids around the country took them off. I don't think there's a one there now. And she had that grave pretty covered with.
All right, you said you lived on Tabby's place.
Yeah, we did live there for pretty a year. We had a house built down there.
Where was Tabby at this time? Was this when he was in prison?
No, before he's in prison. I just a little kid. And they wanted us to come down there and build down there, and then too much drinking around there, so first chance we got to move above that. On the old Raheap place. I think my mother bought it from the old Raheap place, old Raheap. He's been dead a long time.
All right, Cliff, you were young now. How did the Indians get along out here in the base? Did they have a rough time of it?
Well, sometimes they did, and sometimes it was pretty good. The way things was, you know. Mother used to can quite a bit of stuff. We give a lot of stuff to Indians too, like taters and stuff when they come around the fall. Some of them didn't have hardly anything to eat. So most of the time they got rations all the time, once a week I think it was. It used to be then they got limmer all the time. Once every 2 weeks.
Here.
Finally get on once a month. And it got worse than that. I don't know whether they can get any now or not. And they help that way. I couldn't say.
No, they don't get any now. Al, do you remember any of the early superintendents? Do you remember McLaughlin or any of the early superintendents?
Oh, no. So was that place down there, Ranelette, Major Colonel Ranelette, and know them, Wall, Maiden.
You knew all of them.
Yeah. Captain Hall.
How did they treat the Indians?
Well, I don't know. Some of them was pretty good. Old Maiden's drunk 2/3 the time, I thought. They played cash then. Just give them what they wanted to, I thought sometimes. Couldn't keep track of it.
Could you remember Chief Tabby or any of the real old chiefs that came in here?
No, my mother used to stay with him when she was a kid.
Yes, that's what I heard, and that's why I asked it. How long did she stay with you?
I don't know just how long she did.
Not with him?
No, I don't. They brought her from
Colorado?
They brought her from Arizona up here on Salt River. That's where they.
Was she at Salt River?
Yeah.
She definitely was.
Yeah.
She was.
No, I don't. She didn't either. She knew that she was from Salt River though, because I heard her mention it. When she was a kid, she remembered that much.
Where did she meet Mr. Daniels? Did she?
Well, they traded her, sold her to the Daniels family in Provo Bench. That's how she got mixed up with them there.
Was he quite a bit older than she was?
Yeah, she was quite a bit older.
He
was 75 when he died in 1996. And I believe she's over about 35, 40, something like that.
Was she quite young when he bought her?
Well, I don't know whether he bought her or the family did. I never did find out.
Yeah, it probably was.
He had 2 women though before he had her. I don't know how he got rid of them, but
Did you ever see any of them?
never did.
You never did. You never met any?
Before my time.
You never met any of your half brothers?
Oh, I met some of the half brothers after they come to the place there. One of them come there and made a fence around his grave later. One was named Bill Daniels, yeah. And Steve was out here.
You think they quite too fast?
Genius living in Vernal. He sold his place over there, Doug Chew Ranch, to Gene, you know.
What were they doing up on Diamond Mountain, up in that area where you were born? You said dinosaur over to the monument.
Well, they just across green over there, they built a new bridge there, and we was over there. They knew there was that. They dug two rats.
You used to have lag or something up there called the young death. What it is, they just shoot out like lagging. They just see what it's right on with that thing. I straight out with school. Well, you know that Daniels Canyon was named for him.
Yeah.
Daniels, have you ever been to the place where he yelled or where he had?
No, I asked my mother one time and went out there whether they lived at that time or whether they had that sawmill down at the Mount Canyon. She just didn't remember. I don't think she was with him when he had that mill there.
You don't think she was?
No. She was with the family down in Provo, the Stunbaits.
Well, we passed there the other day and was curious as to where it was at. We didn't know. Wondered if you ever.
There's a little place that they call that town Daniels Town or something. I guess then that's where it was. Yeah.
Where did your mother get all the fruit trees and all the things she had planted on her place, Al?
I don't know where she got them, unless she got them in Portal or sometimes the fruit peddlers come around, you know, and they brought them trees around. She's got them apple trees over there planted about a year or two after we moved up there. And the apples are still bearing apples after some of them.
Okay. Al, do you remember when the Indians went away from here? Were you old enough to remember?
Yeah. Oh, I'd come back from school then. This was about 1908, 7 or 8 when they left here. They took my best saddle allowance I had.
You should remember that.
Yeah.
What do you think made them leave here?
Well, they just wasn't satisfied for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, they said it was because they'd opened it up to white people.
Well, I guess that's the main thing.
Now, were you on your ranch at that time?
Yeah. On Mother's place.
Do you remember any of the outlaws that ever came through here?
Oh, I used to see some once in a while. Of course, as a kid, I didn't pay much attention to them. They even stopped us over there and dug two ranch and lived there with the folks overnight or something. And they never bothered us.
Did you ever go to the sun dances when you was little?
Oh, I was up there lots of times.
You'd see the Sundance different now than they.
Oh, there's some things that's different.
What do you see different?
Well, had given them kids a wet towel after when they wait, like they lay off for supper time or something like that. The musicians go teaching on this, stay down and rest. Folks, they give them a wet towel or something, wet rag, some kind of wipe themselves off with. They never used to do that. I remember.
But you're right. Do you remember when they used to put the prongs in their skin?
Well, they never did up here. I remember. I've heard of Sue's done, but I never did hear these yet.
You never knew the Utes to do it here.
No, I never did. I've even been up there in the morning when the sun was coming up. And they'd all come out in front and dance. All of them. Early in the morning, just when the sun was coming up.
You never did Sundance?
No, I never did. They asked me to a lot of times. I just didn't take the time to do it.
Did you ever go to the boarding school in White Rocks?
Yeah, I was there quite a few years.
I think I read an article where Walt made a statement. Tell me a little bit about the boarding school you remember.
Oh, it's just like any other boarding school. They fed them fairly well, you know. Sometimes they'd get something that didn't agree with them. I guess cooking a whole lot of stuff like that would sometimes make a difference. Make them sick or something for a little while. They never did poison any of them, I know anything about. Did
you have pretty good teachers? Did you?
Yeah, some of our teachers, good teachers.
What they do when you didn't do what you're supposed to, were you punished?
He's punished some way or another. That's one thing about them government schools. When people's talking to you, you stood up and listen.
You stood at Bush one.
All right. Now, when you went away to Carlisle, you told me you were there when what was his name? The great athlete
Jim Tharp.
Jim Thorpe was there.
Yeah, I was there, but he was in the little boys' quarters while I was there.
You were older than he.
Yeah, I'm older than he was. He started playing 4 or 5 years after that.
Did you play football there?
Yeah, I played football 3 years. Football creek's right up there, one of them. But
I think it was such a shame they closed that school. Do you know why they finally closed it?
well, Albert Neal told me that they closed it. The superintendent started to spend that football money.
That's the point.
Yeah, they had about $80,000 at the bank. That's one reason he told me that's why they closed. He would know, you know. In 1918, they closed it up.
Can you remember when they built Fort Duchesne?
No, it was the year before we come, just a year or two before we come over here.
Were the Negro soldiers still there?
I don't know whether there's white soldiers or colored guys there or not when we come, but they'd change, you know, every 2 or 3 years. Once you come in, it changed. The 9th Cavalry was down there. That's colored outfit.
Do you remember that they were in ORA?
I don't remember.
Nothing about Jim.
I know there's already a chief come up there and was going to make him leave, and the lieutenant took his rifle, bent it on, pricked his horse with him, told him to get out. They was sent there to try and keep peace around here. That's what they sent there for.
Were the Indians more peaceful then towards the white people?
Well, they never seemed to be much bother. They didn't have much trouble of that kind.
You don't remember much.
No, I seem going pretty good.
You've seen a lot of change and progress, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Do you think that the Indians today are more ambitious and going ahead?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't think so, the way they act. Some of them, anyway. Of course, I haven't been around among them much lately, you know.
Who are some of the older Indians that you remember?
Oh, I remember a lot of them. There's John Duncan, you know him, I guess. Old Tim Zarretts, and Charlie Mack, and Bernie Mack, and a whole bunch of...
All right, John Duncan was considered to be a pretty good chief. You remember anything special
Yeah.
he ever did for his people? Or
Well, I don't know. One time when I was back to school, he come there. There's him and 2 or 3 more of them coming as drunk when they get there.
it's quite like also.
Just come in the dining room supper time, you know. And of course, something new to them. They couldn't talk signs. The rest of them Indians, they couldn't talk to them. They could talk their sign language, you know. They could all understand that. All tribes could understand the sign language. That's why they talked to them. Kids wasn't from out here.
What were they doing at Carlisle?
Oh, they'd been to Washington.
They had been to Washington.
Yeah.
You know what they've been to Washington for?
Oh, some kind of meeting of some kind. Had a bunch of them come there. I was there when they brought old Geronimo up there. That was about 1904, I think it was. After they brought him back from Everglades, Georgia. That's where they punished him, you know, and they caught him and took him down there. And old Chief Joseph from up here in Oregon, he was there too, and the lieutenant that captured him. They're both getting pretty old. They both come together. Of course, they had the interpreters, you know.
That Terminated. It is. No.
Well, I don't know what else to tell you.
Now to show their cards. That's the.
Al, how old did your mother ever tell you anything about when she was taken from the her people in Arizona?
No, I just said she's a little girl. She didn't know how old she was, I don't think.
Did she know where she was taken to first? Was it in Colorado or Utah?
I don't know. I think it's in Utah, I ain't sure. I think the Utes one done it.
Well, I understood it was the southern Utes in Colorado. I just wondered if you
No, I don't think so.
think they were right here.
Yeah. Because she come up, she lived with old Tabby a while, you know. She told me she did.
Well, Tabby was considered a pretty good chief here.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mr. Walkup today talked about an Indian called Nat Cheeks?
Yeah.
Remember him?
I've heard of him. Might have seen him too. That's Harvey Natchez' dad, wasn't it?
Yeah. His granddad.
Yeah, granddad.
He talked about an Uncle Sam. Do you remember Uncle Sam?
Mm-hmm. And he died quite a while ago.
All right, how's the bear dances changed? Do you see any difference in the bear dances?
Well, I haven't been to bear dance for 6, 7 years. Just went to Sundance the other night, first time for 2, 3 years. When it's come down up, get together up in Rock Canyon.
Do you remember when they held the Sundance up in Rock Creek?
No, I don't.
That was before your cut.
I guess so.
That's something better, sorry. That.
Mm.
Do you remember Al, who owned the first store at White Rocks?
But the name Mariner, for as I remember, Marion, Merriman.
Mrs. Walkup today that said some fellow before Merriman had the store, and Mr. Walkup said no, Merriman has first. What they say the name was, they told us.
Yeah. What they ask the people? Yeah. Is that everything?
They had quite a while after reservations sold them.
You remember Wong Sing?
Yeah,
Person, you knew it. Yes.
yeah.
What you think of Wong Sing?
Thought he was a pretty good charmer myself.
Yeah, he seemed to have a lot of friends.
He had lots of friends. He had a lot of business too.
You remember when he first built the store?
Yeah.
We was here when we did that.
He had a little restaurant down there at Fort Duchesne before he built this.
Where was that restaurant at in Fort Duchesne?
Well, you know where the post office used to be. I guess they tore that building away and I had it in there.
All right, he also had a laundry down on the river, didn't he? Or a liquor store
Yeah.
or something?
Laundry.
Remember that?
Gambling joint someplace around.
Oh, he sure made the money, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Curtis in there one morning and I don't know why he done it. He drank a bottle of ketchup and I know in the store and he sure did get out.
Bottle of ketchup.
And I forget that.
Where'd the Indians get money to buy stuff at Wong Sing's? Did they get money?
I guess what money they got, government, some of them worked, you know, and got money. So I went there. I remember when on Wash, he used to go over there every day, him and his wife, and drive over there in a buggy and get beefsteak dinner. He'd get it for 50 cents.
Did you ever work for the government out?
I worked with him quite a bit, yeah.
But you didn't have steady job.
Mm-hmm. They wanted me to go to work for that, getting the service lot. I told them I'd rather do hard work and pick and shovel.
Why?
And that's where
He was a good farmer. Can you remember anything special your mother did that was outstanding or different? How'd she get by there alone, Al, when you were away to school?
I wondered that sometimes myself.
She was such a little woman.
Yeah. When I first went away, why, she had that Wood Alexander. He leased the place, he and his brother. Well, in a year's time they left, I guess. And then she had old man Jake Killian, just as well not had nobody's him. He couldn't farm his own place.
old was she when she was still riding her horse?
Well, I couldn't say. I talked to Lee Raps one time and he told me. Thought she was a little overstretched on her age. He said he knows, he's pretty sure she's around about the same age he was, and he was getting pretty old then too. Lived around him ever since he's been out here, and about when she got married, old poor Dodge's dad married her, and dad,
Who did?
poor Dodge's dad.
His dad.
Yeah.
Buried it.
Yeah.
In there with
I guess he brought him out.
yourself.
No, I don't think so.
She'd been quite old when she had her first child. If she was that old, where'd she been?
Yeah.
Did the government help her at all?
Oh, they did. They helped me out. She's on the road just like the rest of the Indians.
Yeah, but she seemed to have made it pretty much on her own. I mean,
Yeah.
she was a pretty hard worker, evidently.